I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to come in here. This is going to be the best read of the year. In the hip hop culture, this is the best read of the year and years to come. Anybody that picked this up know this is the best read in the hip hop culture and the best read to come. Now and probably forever and ever. Gene Deal, My World of Bodyguard and a Hip Hop Star. The Last Big Night. Subtitle. This is one of the best reads that anybody. Hey, Miss Breeze, they got you popping up first, mama. Thank you. Baltimore Bike Life. This is one of the best reads that you're going to get. Is no ghostwriter. G Money, Derek Douglas, Pat Mora. You got your. Well, go and read your book then, Pat. You ain't gotta look at this show. Come back to it. I want you to be able to testify to what I'm saying. This is nobody sitting next to me, writing down, asking me questions. This is my own words, me putting it in my own words. And some of you gonna see, yo, that's a very intelligent brother. I don't care what the bullshit or what they say. That's a very intelligent brother. The way he say shit, the way he put it together, I could tell he wrote this book himself. The enunciation and punctuation. NYC, nay, what up with you? You just got your book yesterday? Oh, get out of here. You right where I met my father? All right. Thank you. I'll show you a picture of that nigga. That nigga look like... My brother said it popped up on his phone. Mac Young, what up with you? Top of the morning, Rob Soul, _286 King. Ken Knight, what up with you, boy? St. Thomas. MI5 Tight. I got MI5 Tay Freeman. Peace and blessings to you. Coco2250. What up, Coco? Hey, Miss T. You on page 140? You got about 100 and some more pages to go. Did I give you enough? Did this book give you enough? Would you tell them? Miss T. Yo, please go out and show people and support the reader. Support the author. You know, if you notice somebody wrote their book themselves and put their life into a book and it's a good read, show support. Get it for a friend. Get it for yourself. Thank you, Scarisi. She said, it was a great interview with Storm. Appreciate it. Listen to me, I'll answer all the questions. You know what I'm saying? People come up with all this shit. I had a fool for life. Shit didn't go down without me knowing in Harlem from about 86 on up to like 2004. Most of the shit that went down in the streets in the hip hop community because I was a connect I was the connect to niggas that you want to get to know, get niggas that you want, people that you want to see. I had one of the top gangsters who knew everybody. Chaz Williams worked directly for him. Worked with K. Slay directly. Doing all his errands, his chores, whatever he wanted, my brother wanted me to do, I did. You understand what I'm saying? was one of the best parole officers out there. If you had a problem with your parole officer and your man was in the industry, they'll get in touch with me and I'll go talk to your parole officer for you. And they had a lot of respect for what I said. So here in New York City, I was a damn good connect. So now, go get that book, man. If you want a book from Gene Deal, signed, you must email me first. I'm going to contact you back on that email. All right? I got 2 email addresses. That's genedealshow@gmail.com. You can't miss it. It's all together. genedealshow@gmail.com. You email me. I tell you to cash app me. You cash app. You let me know the name that you cash apping me at. But you got to email me first. Then I'm going to hit you back. You cash app me, and I'll send you the book. It's going to be for $50, y'all. Amazon is just charging $50 if you want it next day. That's for shipping and handling. I got to pay for shipping and handling for y'all, man. That's if y'all want me to sign it. Anyway, Philly Phil, what up with you, boy? Yo, I got a little business I need to take care of for Mr. Bareback Wack, because he had me upset the other day because when people try to lie to people and said that I was Biggie's bodyguard and Puff fired me because I was Biggie's bodyguard, that shit, yeah, upsets me. You know why? Because I truly, anybody who knows me and know I've been in this game for a long time, I truly am hurt behind trying to save these kids' life. And I put it in the book. I've lived it. That's why I can speak about it. Hey, Deacon's daughter. Deacon's daughter out there to work. Look at Deacon's daughter. Yeah, you better bring your ass to work. Yeah, we ain't worrying about the likes. Thank you, Laiwan 30. Thank you, man. We ain't gonna worry about the likes and everything because you know a lot of people told me, yo, I can't wait to get your book. It ain't, the numbers are doing good for, you know, a self-publisher. I'm doing better than anybody in the hip-hop market right now. Shout out to Storm. Just on doing Storm's show on Saturday, 100 people bought the book. 100 people, 100 of his people bought my book just for doing his show. That was a blessing right there. Now, what I'm trying to say to people is this. I've helped a lot of people in this game. A lot of rappers. A lot of rappers who had family members that was in the system. A lot of rappers who just needed what I say, information to make their case better when they was dealing with legal shit. Because lawyers don't know, if you're not a parole lawyer, you don't know that little green sheet, that they sign, and they sign their rights over to the state to be released, is different from the penal law. Executive law is totally different from the penal law. So, thanks for the congratulations, Pat Morrow. So now, Miss T, Dr. DeCosta is here? Oh, there she go right there. Hi, Dr. DeCosta. I'm glad you and Miss T here at work, because I'm about to do some revamping in here. We got to go to the next level on the Gene Deal show. I'm just messing with y'all, Dr. DeCosta. I'm just messing with you, okay? Please. I'm glad y'all here to support. So, anyway, me being at Connect and me being close with Chaz and Kay, and then the street ties that I had kept me with an earful. Now, when I speak to y'all, it's through my personal experience. It's through facts and stuff that I know. I may not give you all the information. I may not say everything that I know. But I spoon feed you. Because what I know, you got niggas that go put it in books, write movies about it. What I know, niggas write movies about, put it in books. For instance, K.O. Copeland, who wrote The Notorious. He co-wrote The Notorious. I told him one story, and I said I was writing a book and I was gonna put it in there. You know, this crab-ass bastard took that one story I told him and he made it an intricate part of the movie. The Notorious. The part where Big wore my shoes and we had that dialogue inside, they cut it and they did all they wanted to. But that was an intricate part and a turning point for that movie. He took that one story and he made money off of it. Oh, Pension Life got a membership? I ain't see that. Appreciate you, Pension Life. Is a member because he's a life member. He got a pension life. Yeah, he got a pension life. Yo, that pension life is all right, ain't it right, my brother? Salute to you. Miss Breeze got a pension life too. We need to get a pension life club and just start doing pension life parties. Motherfuckers who got their pensions and shit like that, and they ain't gotta go to work, and they can pimp the mailman. So anyway, back at it. Tonyo, what up? You ain't got to be a member to be a part of the family, but you being, just speaking about that, you said you ain't got to be a member to be a part of the family. Let me jump onto that right quick. No, man, but if family don't show love, you understand? That's a way of family members showing love. You understand? That's all it is. Showing love for what I've done over the years. The information I've given people to go and search other information to find out and say, damn, Big Gene telling the truth. Or I understand what Big Gene means. Or that helped me. OG Patrice, what up with you, girl? You that's what I learned. That's what I'm going to talk about, OG Patrice. You know, I got so many stories and so many shit, and you be like, yo, damn. And I come on here and I've shared it. And I've seen people take stories that I've shared and they ain't got no content on YouTube and go make content based on what I said. Whether they calling me a liar or the truth. You understand what I'm saying? But ain't nobody gonna come up and put up 50 G's. I got some niggas that's ready. Whenever you ready, Gene, we got you. Put up 50 G's to prove that I was a liar. They talk all that talk. So now, K.O. Copeland went in and he put that shit in the movie. Because I told everything. I didn't tell him everything, but I told him everything about that life, that situation right there. Because he said, yo, what was the nicest part? I mean, what was like a good part that you remember about Big and everything like that? I said, when that nigga stepped on the back of my damn $800 Maurice and I had to cuss his ass out. I still got those shoes. That's the last that was the last pair of shoes he wore and performed it at Soul Train. Those was my shoes. And I was sitting behind Grant Hill's wife. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. He's a lucky man. Because the aura of that woman, oh my God. I was sitting right behind her at Soul Train. If I had a biscuit, if I had a biscuit, Tamia, yes ma'am. If I had a biscuit, Grand Hill swapped up with the biscuit. Oh my God. So now, St. Thomas, what up with you, boy? So when I say something, I might say it in parts. But when I get to this Wack story, because he's now what you call super saver hoe. Excuse me, ladies. I don't mean that to be if anybody, for any woman out there like that. He's out there for super saver hoe. You understand? He think that he's gonna save that dude there for me. He'll make up all kind of lies. He'll make up all kinds of stories. Because he don't know nothing about our situation and what went down. For that dude to say something about being a part of my show, you got to be a family member. No, I show everybody love. Ain't that right, King Sykes? What up with you, boy? They was letting you know. Reggie Roberts, what up, Reg? What's happening, boy? Reg be driving those trucks down that road doing his thing. Mac Young. Yep. Mac Young, I'm going to talk about that too today. I'm going to be on here for a minute, man. I ain't going nowhere, man. You understand? I did that Storm show. I picked up about 400, 300 Storms. I picked up like 300 followers, man. I picked up 300 new followers that weekend dealing with that kid. And 100 of his followers bought books, man. So I got to show him love. Appreciate you, Storm, man. You understand? Appreciate the people that set that up for me, too. You understand? Now, to address the member part of it before I go back to this other shit with Wack, somebody tried to come on my channel and say, yo, if you and Puff was family, why you go at him now? You a snake. That's what they said about me. And it don't bother me. Because your opinion is just like everybody asshole. We all got one. But let me ask you this. If your family member kill your brother, is that still your family? If your family member stop your brother or your sister from eating and sit there and watch them starve, is that still family to you? If your family member talk bad enough that it brings somebody to hurt your brother, your sister, your mother, your uncle, your aunt, is that still family? Or is that a motherfucking foe? Is that your family or is that foe? Because I've had friends and niggas I met in the street that would feed you quicker than family. I had niggas in the street that'll offer you a hand and lift you up quicker than family. So nigga, don't talk to me about somebody who everybody around helped lift this nigga up. When in 4 or 5 times I could have lost my life saving his life. So you tell me, is that family or is that foe? When they don't do what you're willing to do. What up, Shay? I'm doing the show. What up, mama? Yeah, because we ain't did no show and everybody begging me, when Miss Shay gonna come back on? You gotta have her back on. That's why I gotta get you back on. Hold up, say hello to everybody, man. Oh, she hung up. Bye. So listen here. And what up with you, mama? Libra Queen. Oh, she's speaking to Dr. DeCosta. Go ahead on, little Libra Queen. Speak to the doctor. She get more play than me anyway. B World 101. So, Lennox Wheat, you understand what I'm talking about? Let me talk to some real cats out there. You understand? Lennox Wheat. If you from Baltimore, you understand what I'm talking about, Lennox Wheat, right? If family degrade you, if family don't help you, if family kill you, if family don't help feed you, if family ain't there for you, how is they family? Am I saying something wrong? Mr. Nigga for life. Am I saying something wrong? Paul Rivera, what out there? Over there at Jefferson Project. They don't play in Jefferson, nigga. You gotta be looking like this every time you go through Jefferson. Unless you know them. No, I'm just messing with you, Mr. Rivera. Thank you, Murphy by Law. I've had more friends than your family. See, I work 3 motherfucking jobs. I wouldn't give a fuck. I ain't gonna ask a nigga for nothing. There's only one person in my lifetime that came here without no strings attached and say, here. And I appreciate that. User, what's that? User 49907, Baltimore in the house. Family will F you quicker than friends sometimes. Salute. So now, because I don't tell you the whole story, I had a conversation with 50 Cent. We was on the plane. And I seen 50 use this in his rap. When I was discussing the Tupac and the Big situation, I was giving them stuff to go look for to address. And I said, nigga, I ain't gonna tell you the whole story. I ain't gonna tell you the whole story. You gonna have to go look up some of that shit yourself. And he said that shit in one of his raps. Just like he said, Savoir Faire. That's been my company for years. For years, that's been my company. When I first started, Savoir Faire is everywhere. Roscoe, listen here, man. Check it out. Roscoe said, you knew he ain't put no money up. I'm just reading this because niggas say you got to be a member and everything. You knew Puff was a snake for years. Why was you around him even after Big died? Nigga, let me tell you something. Because you snake other niggas don't mean you would snake me. Puff always paid me, bruh. Puff ain't never disrespect me, bruh. You understand? But he did other niggas. And then when I took niggas where I know he should have took care of, when I found out he said some shit about some other niggas when I knew he shouldn't have said. And this was all ranking up to 2004, I stopped fucking with him. So from 99, when I went back to work with him, because Wack didn't know that, to 2004, when me and his mother and them had that thing out in the office. You understand what I'm saying? I said enough is enough. Fuck this. Ain't no money. I ain't going through all this bullshit. When I found out, when I took D Ferg up there, and I know the Ferg family gonna be mad, and I'm not gonna tell y'all that because that's in the second book. It's heartbreaking for a person to love another person that much, and they look them in the face when this man is in fear for his life and say, nah, I can't help you. When the man did everything in the world to help him. Everything in the world to help him. And if anybody know for a fact, D. Ferg brother Terry Ferg will tell you, Ferg speaks so highly of me and no. that nigga was my brother. T. Ferg tell him. He runs with his little nephew, ASAP Ferg, right today. Say, yo, D, love that nigga. That nigga love D. We stayed in the same motherfucking house. Me and my girl fell out and everything. D said, come live with me, Gene. When them niggas came home, Kim Ferg came home, they had a full course meal. Every time they were like, yo, damn, this nigga go. But that's in my other book. Remember, go get this shit, y'all. So, bruh, sometimes you gotta stop fucking with niggas, not because they bad for you. They bad for people around you. So, does that answer your question, brother? When my man looked at him and told me, he said, yo, Gene, I ain't never fucking with that nigga ever again in life. That nigga I ain't never fucking with ever again in life. That was enough for me right then and there. Is that okay with you? I be up in the club, Sin City. Jewel Rutledge. He ran the All-Stars. He ran Felon Magazine. That was his magazine. Felon Magazine was Jewel Rutledge's magazine. Jewel Rutledge. We sitting in Sin City. Puffers in that joint. He sent 4 bottles of champagne over and something else. Over to my table. I'm like, yo, sweetheart, I ain't ordered. No, Puffy sent those bottles over to you. And I told the nigga Jewel like this. Told him, yo, send that shit back to that nigga. Jewel said, shit, we drinking this shit. I'm drinking it. So go ahead and drink it. And I stepped away from the table. See? Y'all don't understand. That nigga know I saved his life. That nigga know I saved his life. And you got to understand, every time he take a drink or something, every time he sit back and think, he says to himself, if it wasn't for Gene, I wouldn't be here. For the grace of God, may he be, and may he go. If it wasn't for Gene, he knows that. God put it in his hands to protect me. Thank you, DeAndre. See, people who don't know me know I talk about a whole lot of shit other than that. But when I first got on here, I said, don't even subscribe to my channel if you don't want to hear anything about that. And if there's some haters in the chat, yo, fuck them and feed them beans and get them out of here. Because I'm tired of that. Because I'm a published author right now. And nigga, you can't say nothing about this right here. This tells the story. This tells the story. Now, let's get back to Bareback Wack. You know that's his new name. When y'all see that nigga, y'all call him Bareback. Because he's a part of this whole agenda. Don't think it's by accident that he's on his back, bare naked, somebody taking pictures and putting it on the internet. That's all a part of emasculation of the black man. That's a part of his initiation ritual. He has to be embarrassed. This nigga is trying to save somebody that wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. What'd you say about that, Miss T? Roscoe Jenkins. Rocco Jenkins said real recognized, real 100. But let me just tell you something about this Rocco Jenkins. This internet are how the real niggas looking fake and the fake niggas looking real. Laura, you want some of my chapstick? Ugh. You can have some. Why you spit your water out, Dr. DaCosta? This nigga is, remember he said, I was in Studio 1 and Puff was in Studio 2? Every time somebody, Kirk Burroughs, came at Puff, why, here come Wack 100. Dun, 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 super saver hole. And like I told you, ladies, please don't take that word hoe, because there's more bitch ass niggas out here than it is women that's doing that. So it goes for them niggas right there. You understand? So now, he's going to be a part. He may go higher if he be around that long. Because there's a lot of cats that don't like him because he's the 6ix9ine of the internet. He see how 6ix9ine blew up and got mad money and everything like that. I'm surprised this nigga won't start rapping in a minute. Because you see, every rapper he gets in some problems and some situations. But I got a story for you. And all you niggas who don't want to be around to hear it, y'all could go somewhere. Because I'm going to take my time. Because my brother Cav told me, nigga, do you. They don't understand, Gene. You're educated. You educated in the streets. You educated in college. They don't understand. You're going to hold their attention. They just want to get it and go. That's how these new cats is. They want to get on their thing. Oh, you want you to hurry up and say what you got to say so they can go to the next. Nigga, you going to be around. And if you don't be around, I don't care. So now, he came at Kirk Burroughs that said Kirk Burroughs was capping, when in fact, Kirk Burroughs owned 25% of Bad Boy. Puff had him sign some shit so they could do this deal, because you know that for whatever reason, all the equity in the whole company had to be together for the person to buy it or do whatever they need to do to get the deal. They did that. He never gave it back to Kirk Burroughs. They started from scratch. All that shit all up in Scarsdale. Nigga, that's, what y'all say, that's capping. That's bullshit. They was right there on 111th and 5th Avenue in Kirk Burroughs' house. And it's an apartment up there. That's where he's told the lady, yo, me and Puff used to wake up every morning and pray together. That's where Bad Boy started at. Talking about Scarsdale. Get the fuck up out of here. They ran that shit right out of Kirk Burroughs' house. Takao, what up with you? I didn't see somebody said they cashed out me a Big Gene 52. I didn't see it, but if you did, thank you. It's Big Gene 52. PayPal and Cash App. Appreciate everything. Oh yes, OG producer. He said that himself. And he also said it on one of my shows. Yeah, we used to wake up every morning and pray together. So when Kirk got at Wack, send him a text, send him a message and everything like that. What the fuck is you getting that for? You ain't got nothing to do with that. I showed y'all that. You ain't had nothing to do with that. You wasn't even around. Now, Kanye West come out and said he was fed. Wack don't say nothing. But I said that way before Kanye West said that. I said that years ago. That they went to the feds on Suge. And then he tried to make it say, well, Charlie, I'm doing a show right now, Playboy. All right? You still doing them shows, man? All right. Yeah, what, you gonna let me get rich like you then, nigga? Huh? I ain't rich, man. I ain't rich until all my friends is rich. How about that? All right, then, well, I guess we still poor then. And you the only rich nigga. Later. Yeah. OG Patrice said, you sure did say. I said it way before Kanye West said it. But I didn't get to all the details. But I'm going to give y'all details right now on the Gene Deal show. This have a faggot, homo-ass nigga, bareback nigga that want to sit down there, let somebody take pictures of him because that's part of his initiation. That's going to be a part of his initiation, being publicly embarrassed. Oh my God. Let me just calm down. Let me catch myself, man. The emasculation of the black man. Somebody's supposed to be gang and strong and wants you to let you know that because he on the bed butt naked, kicking his legs, talking to other men is okay. Because that's what he did when he was in prison. That was something he was doing when he was in prison. Laying butt naked on the bed, kicking his feet, talking to other menses. Bareback Wack. Bruh, you talking to a nigga that wasn't scared to go out to one of the top niggas by himself. Nobody gave me no help. I told MREC. I said, MREC, if I gotta take a hammer and piece by piece knock down the Empire State Building, nigga, I got that drive in me. I'm 10 times the normal man. I told that nigga that. And then you want to try to come out there and say some dumb shit? Wait till I tell some shit that you really said. And I'm letting the people know this right now. I didn't hear Wack say it per se out his mouth. But I'm going to let you know I didn't know these Cali niggas' names. I don't get down in Cali politics. I don't check in. I don't do none of that shit. But I didn't know these Cali niggas' names. But once I tell a story, y'all understand. Now I heard this story from somebody that was real close to me. And I want niggas to know this right now. Y'all don't understand this. Me and K took rides all over the nation. It was times that K Slate wouldn't even fly. Gene, I need to go to Atlanta. Gene, I need to go to Miami. Gene, I need to go to Detroit. Gene, I need to go to St. Louis. Whenever you're ready, bro, we'll get in my Benz or we'll get in my truck and we'll go. Doing those trips, we had a lot of conversations. 10 hours there to Detroit and back. That's 20 hours of conversation. 15, 16 hours to Atlanta. That's 30 hours of conversation. Some of them we fighting and he talking about that 5% shit and I'm talking about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and he talking about this. I said, your dog, Christ ain't got no color. I don't believe in the Christ that the white man was trying to tell y'all about. I believe in the Christ that's within. That the same God, the same spirit that you talking about. Greg G, what up with you, man? So anyway, we having the conversations. So I know a lot of people's stories. I know a lot of situations. I know a lot of love affairs that my brother told me. And do I hold this secret abundant to my heart as if my own? Yes, I do. So when girls was getting up there speaking at his funeral and saying how close they were, and I was saying to myself, that bitch stole his credit card and charged up a whole lot of shit. How dare her? That's how close we was. I can't believe that her man is mad at him because she want to take pictures and have sex with him. Can't believe that. I can't believe this nigga Wack 100 was talking about other niggas and other niggas' business to my man, to my brother, to my friend, saying snake shit. And I didn't know until who this person was to my brother from New York, who's around those dudes, who around those peoples, who know them and know their nicknames and all that shit, said that's who he was talking about. So this story is a story that I heard. But prior to this story, when I told y'all about Suge Knight a long time ago, Puff, it was Kirk Burrow, somebody else, and Puff, they took some paperwork to the feds. It wasn't only about them those people trying to collaborate and shut down the other publishing companies, stuff like that. It was about Suge Knight trying to extort. See, there's a lot of shit you don't say when somebody trying to fight cases and shit. When people trying to fight cases and they trying to stay out of jail for certain reasons, it's a lot of shit that you don't speak on. In this new book, I would never say who put hits out on me, but those guys are out of jail now. I could speak on it. And they here to tell the truth. Yeah, a nigga gave us money to kill that nigga. But we didn't know that was Big Gene. We didn't know Parole Officer Dill and Big Gene was the same person. So now, I can speak on that because they not in jail no more. They done. That shit is over with. No, I don't have no allegiance to Suge, but I wasn't speaking his business like that. Suge was about to extort Andre Harrell. Everybody had something to do with Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, and it was somebody else. Because they wasn't getting their points, and they points, I guess publishing and money off their albums and shit like that. And Suge was putting pressure on them. That's all a part in the same era and the same time that shit was going down. Nigga, if you ever think that I was just security, you're wrong. Nigga, I could have been in the music business. I was getting guys, hooking guys up with deals, Graf got an $800,000 deal and didn't even make a motherfucking album, nigga. I was the one who took him to K-Slay. Dave McPherson who was running Sony, was my homeboy from St. Louis. I made the introduction with him and Chaz, and then somebody else did it too. I could have been in a rock. Nigga, I had groups, but I was giving them to niggas. Had people was giving, nigga, I ain't want to do that. Don't want the headache. Piece me off a little something when you make it. I'm good with that. Chase money. Chase want to say, damn you. Yo, listen to me. It's to my mouth to God's ear, Chase. I stand on that, brother. I stand on that shit, Chase. Fuck these niggas out here, man. Half a homo soft ass niggas. They want to be into something, nigga. You ain't gonna be into nothing but shit fucking with me. Let's straighten this little bareback ass nigga out. So, this is gonna hurt some people. But I gotta let everybody know how much this nigga runs his motherfucking mouth. Some people ain't gonna like me for this shit. What up, Sugar Love? But I gotta let motherfuckers know. They fucking with a snake over there in the clubhouse, nigga. He don't give a fuck about nobody or nothing. He will lie, steal, do whatever he can. You see how he embarrassed his wife, his kids, being a bareback bunny, kicking his feet in the bed while talking to other men on the phone and try to make y'all seem like it's all right. Because I was in prison naked, bending over for motherfuckers. Oh, I got some, FLM by Vegan. You ain't got to worry about that, dog. I got a lot of shit on this nigga, man. How cases of his just disappear. But he got niggas on the clubhouse talking federal crimes and shit. Oh, Designer Junkie, man. Come on, Designer Junkie P. Come on, man. Why you got... Sorry, Grandma. I want to apologize. I got... Yo, so Designer, take that to the other room, man. We don't want Grandma to hear me cussing. It's enough these women got to hear me. Yo, let's get Grandma... Yo, Designer, you took it in another room? Okay, thanks, man. Get me in trouble, Grandma. Lord, that boy there in that mouth. Woo! I hope he don't kiss his mama with that mouth. Dana Jacob, what's up with you? So I hope you got out the room, man. I don't want to be cursing around Grandma, man. Listen, don't do that, man. All right. So now, these are two names I knew nothing of. A guy named Box and a guy named Draws. I know Lorraine Maxwell. I know if I want to cuss, I could cuss. But he said Grandma was in the room, Lorraine. So we can't do all that cussing around Grandma. That's the grannies. Sorry. It's this guy named Box and a guy named Draws. Now, like I said, I'm getting this from another party that's not here to say he gave it to me. You understand? Now, Wack 100 said these individuals were extorting Shaq. They were setting up cameras everywhere Shaq was going with his indiscretions. He said this guy named Box and this guy named Draws was setting Shaq up with all his indiscretions. If y'all know what that means. When they were going to, when he was going to little mansions and little private places, they already had the cameras set up. They already had the cameras set up. So when Shaq do his thing with whatever he was doing, one day they was going to bring that back and extort Shaq. In the meanwhile, one of those guys was running back and telling Shawnee everything. Shawnee then started messing with one of those guys, little nephew or cousin that was a trainer. He's telling Kate all this shit. They were in fact start extorting Shaq. Sincere out there in Brooklyn, what up with you, boy? So this nigga want to talk shit. This nigga want to say what other niggas is saying, what other niggas is hearing. Yeah, I heard this, Wack. When I tell you I know something, I know it, and this person didn't have to lie to me, and this person wasn't lying to me. You told him that. Because this person didn't know Cali politics like that either. Greg G, what up? Back when Shaq was married to Shawnee. Yes. Main Flow, what up with you? So now, Bareback Wack is running his motherfucking mouth talking about this guy named Draws and this guy named Box. Starter Box, or whatever like that. Now, he even said that, if I get it right, Draws was the one that could have been laying down with Shaq's wife too. But I don't know that to be true. I heard something about the trainer, but I don't know that to be about Draws too. But he said that. This nigga is putting Cali business all out on the streets in New York. Now, I'm telling my brother, Cav, and they call him Ali in the streets. That's my brother. If I call him, he coming. If he call me, I'm coming. But he ain't gonna never call me for that, because that's what he do. He a gangster among gangsters. And I don't promote that. Man, this nigga get into it all the time, but that's my brother. He just like my little brother Wink. He said, I'm gonna live off the land, nigga. I said, yo, this nigga, he be running his motherfucking mouth. He putting Cali business in the streets in New York. He said this nigga named Box and this nigga named Draws did this and shit like that. You know, I said, you know anything about that? He said, yeah, I know stuff about that's my nigga. He said, Draws, that's Big U. I said, Draws and Big U is the same person? He said, yeah, Gene, Draws and Big U is the same person. So I'm going to let y'all niggas know out there. That nigga been running Cali business in the streets of New York for a long time. That nigga need to stop with that bitch made ass shit he does. Cause nigga, I know your stories. I know your stories. I just don't tell them all. Anissa Richardson. All of these men are death dealers. Gene, what is Puff's reason for writing that book? So you stupid right there. Gene, what is Puff's reason for writing that book? Ask Puff the reason why he's writing this book. If you want to ask me the reason why I'm writing my book, then you get it right. You have brains, you be dangerous. Put your brain in a bird, it'll fly backwards. Golden State 415, God life? Yeah. Something not right, right? If Draws and Big U is the same person, something ain't right. Zachy Lyon Douglas, thank you, sir. My live usually off fire. You Real Heavenly Gardens, what up with y'all? You see what I'm saying, man? It's a lot of times I give you bits and pieces of certain things. Yeah, I do that. Because like OG Patrice said, don't give them all your stories, Gene. Yo, I found the formula. When you go get this book, you'll see. If you gonna sit up and tell me that my book is bullshit, it ain't good reading, it ain't what it's supposed to be, then I know you a liar. Because once you start getting, from when you open it up, what Tim Dog said, yo, this is a dude that was in the industry for a lot of years. And this is what he said to me. He did my forward. Tim Dog, and this is all I'm going to give you out the book. The rest of the stuff we're going to be doing on Patreon. This is what Tim Dog said. Knowing a person who shares similar traits is rare, especially if you are an inhibited introvert loner like myself. Gene and I bonded over posing the unique attributes of being selfless, possessing the unique attributes of being selfless. In the early 90s, my friend had a knack for drawing big crowds of people from all different walks of life during the night of partying. There would be nights that we'll have the kingpins of Harlem on one side of the room and the music business industry names on the other. I had the mission of ensuring everyone's safety and welfare needs were met by hiring professionals to secure the club. Many did not last, but when Darrell D. Ferguson introduced me to Gene Deal, I knew he was the real one. Gene knew how to control hostile environments and treat people with the utmost kindness. I've seen Gene unselfishly put himself in harm's way for my sake and many others. That's when I knew that no amount of money could buy that type of loyalty. I'm proud to have known Gene for over 30 years. And guess what? He is still the same old Gene. Love is love. Big Gene. Buck Naked Tim Dog, Vice President AR, Uptown Records, Island Records, and Sony Records from 1988 to 2000. To hear a man named Tim say that about you, and he was a big wig in the record business, all the way back from Heavy D to Lost Boys, all that shit. He was a big wig. To hear Tim write my forward like that, and what he said was right. Love is love. We all need to know how to love each other a little bit more. But y'all got to understand this. It's a spiritual warfare out here. And you're going to have these demons coming out of God's child. But listen, let me tell you something, man. Jesus wasn't no punk. Jesus ain't had no pussy in him. I'm letting you know that. And all you Christians that want to sit back there, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, you motherfucking right. Because when Jesus went up in that motherfucking, when they was talking about selling goods and all that shit on his Father's Day, he taught tearing that shit up. I give what God give me, and I go to work. I go to work. These demons gonna come at God's children. They're gonna keep on at it. Yes, some of it, I'm gonna let it come in one ear and go out the other. Because Granny said so. Granny said, baby, let that go in one ear and come out the other. It's certain things that you can't pay attention to. You can't get in their video. But some of it, Granny, I gotta take care of business. I gotta take care of business. Y'all take care of y'all business, and y'all go get this, man. Y'all go get this right here. This has been Big Gene from Rawdale Last Big Night. Now we got My World of Bodyguard and a Hip Hop Star. Please support it. Y'all take care.